adopt the minutes as described. Is there any discussion? And I'll lead us off with discussion.
Yeah, I have discussion.
Thank you, Commissioner Anderson. First, I will lead us with discussion. So, item number 11 and 12, excuse me, item number 10 and 11, the last bullet that says, on each of them it says, Commissioner Roberts informed that we would vote on the item at the next commission meeting. That's not quite what I said, and so I think for sake of simplicity, that can just be removed, because if we're gonna vote on it here, then those motions will be made and it's not on the agenda, which is for sake of clarity, agenda Commissioner Lewis wasn't here. What I said was that since those applicants had not been able to get a response from Commissioner Lewis, that if those applicants came back again tonight, and if Commissioner Lewis had no objections, or if we did not hear back from her, we would vote on those items tonight. That being said, they're not on the agenda, so at this point it's a moot point. So my amendment would just be to remove both of those bullets from items number 10 and 11. The last bullet that says Commissioner. Alright, so all for that amendment, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, so that amendment passes. Now to discussion on the overall minutes, and Commissioner Henderson, you had something.
Well, just looking at this on, item 2.7 bullet, it's not even a proper response. I would ask that be amended. And also, I did not receive a copy of the minutes, and I should not be expected, to read these minutes, at the last minute when the secretary has my email address and has refused to use it.
Is there a motion there, or is that just discussion? All right, any further discussion? Commissioner Lewis, are you asking a comment?
I have a question in regards to the role of the secretary. I don't know where I would ask that question on here, so can I ask it now? That's a question.
What's your question for Commissioner Lewis?
You're the chair, so you're the one who allows me to speak. So I have a question that is in regards to the role of the secretary. Since she's doing her report, can I ask it now since there's no other place on the agenda for my question?
Okay, so your question's for the secretary.
It's in regards to the role of the secretary.
Okay, so what's your question?
My question is, who is responsible for submitting letters or drafting letters about our resolutions, anything that we pass, because at this point, I think it's being thrown on the single member district person. However, I have no elected office as a elected body, so I don't see how I can submit letters on behalf of anything that's passed on this commission. I would think that is the role of the secretary. However, I'm not clear if that's the case, or is it the chairperson, or did the commission decide on someone else doing it?
It's a great question, so maybe we'll start with the secretary. The secretary, do you believe that's your role?
No, I do not.
So as far as I'm aware, Commissioner Lewis, it's not my role, but if you'd like, I'm happy to follow up and look into that for you, but I don't believe that it's anyone's role other than the single member district commissioner. And I see you trying to say something. I would just remind you that Commissioner Henderson did send a letter on behalf of the commission 2 months ago, so I don't believe there's any reason that you cannot send your own letters.
Actually, when Ivy City Smokehouse we supported their project, and I submitted that letter with my own name as single member district. It was sent back to me and said that's not my role. It must either be an officer, and they specify the chair or the secretary. So from that point on, I don't think it's my role to be submitting anything on behalf of this commission.
And it's incorrect. I didn't send anything 2 months ago.
You absolutely did, because I did. So that being
Now,
said,
in my role as chair, I actually sent all the letters, underscoring the actions that the commission took.
So Commissioner Lewis,
And I specifically did not run for an office because I don't have the additional time to be drafting letters on behalf of the commission. I served 2 years as the secretary, and when I was in that role, I made sure documents were submitted. And I no longer want that role, so I don't think it should be put on the single-member district commissioners.
So it sounds like a decision needs to be made by the commission if it's unclear. What I would remind you of is a phone call that you and I had in February when I first became chair, where I believe you asked the same question. And the decision that we came to at that time was that you would draft letters for items in your single-member district, as would every other commissioner. You would forward those to me if I needed to sign them on behalf of the commission, and then I would then submit them.
Yes,
All letters that I've received, I have submitted and have submitted on time. Other than
I
that,
can't
I
necessarily
would
say
really like
that's
to finish,
true.
Commissioner Lewis. I don't think the community wants to see us arguing. So if there's something beyond that, if there's something beyond that you feel like I've not done, I'm happy to follow up. And if the commission would like to have a different course of action, if this needs to be added to someone's role, the commission to take that vote, but I'm not the CEO of the commission.
No, I understand that completely, but when it's forwarded, when drafts are forwarded, and then, they're not submitted, and the developer contacts me or whoever else, and I can't submit it on my own, I don't think I should receive snarky emails, telling me, well, this letter's incorrect, these are not the votes, everything else. If the person who took the minutes were to write the letters, then it would be accurate. I don't take minutes, so I don't always know what was the decision. So I think it's acceptable that we say a secretary do it, or even the chair, since you're the one who has to sign the letters.
Any further discussion from the commission on that item? Alright, seeing none, so I think that was discussion on adoption of the minutes. If there's no further discussion there, I think we'll move that to a vote. Okay, so all for adopting the amended minutes with the amendment we've already accepted, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Opposed?
I count that motion passes with a count of 4 yeses, 1, I did not vote, 1. Okay, all for adopting the minutes, please raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, all opposed, please say, please raise your hand. Okay, so that motion passes 4, 1, 2. Alright, with that, yes, 4 yeses, 1 no, 2 abstentions. Commissioner Lewis and myself. Alright, with that, thank you for your patience as we went through a number of administrative items. We are going to move on to presentations from the Executive Office of the Mayor. Mr. Hakeem Rogers, you have the floor for 5 minutes.
Good afternoon, 5D.
Good afternoon.
I just want to report directly, actually, from the mayor. She sends her thanks for National Night Out that occurred last Tuesday. Especially thank you to NPD. You guys were great, and I believe Officer McKnight got the Best Dancer Award. So you can tell him, the mayor's sense of regard. She actually tweeted about it as well, and I retweeted the tweet. So I'm real proud of Ward 5 that we had the best national night out, and I was able to brag in what we call the bullpen. We have all the locals in the bullpen. So I've been bragging all week about us. So, keep up the good work. As well as Trinidad Day, which was a huge success. Had a great time. We had a live band, some music. It was great to see the commissioners out there, and hopefully, get you guys to dance next time. I'm gonna hold you to it. We had a great night. Last week was extremely busy. We also had the mayor's, 5th annual senior symposium at Dunbar, sponsored by the Office of the Agent. There were a lot of seniors out. They were fed breakfast and lunch, given flowers afterwards. They were treated to a host of services from the government. They really had a good time. So it's great to see that we are taking care of our seniors in Ward 5 because we do have the largest senior population in DC. As for upcoming events, don't forget Chuck Brown Day, August the 20th, from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Also, so far to count, there will be 1,000 book bag giveaways. So if you know anybody, any kids that are going back to school that needs a book, that need a book bag, please send them over to Chuck Brown so they can get their book bag, as well as school supplies as well. And again, that will be from 3 p.m. To 7 p.m. and that's sponsored by the Department of Recs and the DC Commission of Arts and Humanities. Today we had Connect DC and PD at Salvers Plaza. Connect DC, they were out with their van. They had internet access, so you go in their van, has internet access. You're able to print resumes, and it's good to see some of the residents of F5E doing some great things over there. And lastly, DC Fire and EMS, they have a program called Hands on Heart CPR program that I would like you guys to know about. It basically, the gist of it, they give you CPR training. At the end of it, you will not be CPR certified. Again, you will not be CPR certified, nor will you receive a certificate for CPR certification. However, they will direct you to resources to become CPR certified. So you basically already have the prerequisites to do it. And I actually want to partner up with each SMD to maybe bring films out to each of your individual SMDs so you guys can come out and not get CPR certified, so I was about to say, but get CPR training. And also so I've been going around the different SMDs, notating vacant and blighted buildings throughout 5D, and DCRA will be out in full force on August 12th, hitting several identified areas, as well as the Heck and Jamal as for the elevator. So I know there was concern of the handicap issue, so they will be out addressing those issues. And we've run into some issues. Maybe there may be an elderly person there, and someone may have called 311 and called it in the DCRA because the grass is more than 12 inches high. They will get fined if reported. But we try not to do that for our seniors here in Ward 5. So if you know any elderly person that is struggling to mow their grass, the Department of Youth Rehabilitative Services, they have a program where they'll send out some youth from DC to cut their grass for them. You can reach that 311. I believe that's a great program. They were actually out during Trinidad Day cutting some grass over on Children's Place. So that's a great program that I think everybody should know about. And that surmises my support. Are there any questions from the commissioners?
Yeah.
Ladies first.
Yes, you are aware that the Starburst was located within Single Member District 5B05, and I am the representative for Single Member District 5B05. And Heck and Jamal is also located within 5B05. Is there a reason why you did not contact me to inform me about your efforts to hold an event that my community didn't know about?
Well, this event was actually not it wasn't the mayor's event. It was through Connect DC and MPD. So I was actually out doing my SMD walks through the neighborhood, and we had an incident over there in passing. I saw it. I got out and I tweeted about it. So this wasn't from the mayor's office. It was actually MPD and DC Connect working together.
So I'll address that concern to Chief Lanier. With regard to Heck and Jamal, certainly I appreciate the efforts regarding the elevator, but going forward, any actions that you're going to take, any walks that you're going to take, I would appreciate that you inform me so that I can similarly inform my constituents who are very concerned about these issues.
That's not an issue.
Thank you very much.
However, if I am in the area,
I expect a
something
call,
pops
so
up,
you
I
have my
will
cell phone
notify
number.
you if I'm not
Yeah.
able to reach you.
So then if you're not able to reach me, you leave a message, and I'll get right back to you, since it's you, and you're from the mayor's office.
Hey, don't
I just want to ask, did they also pick up trash on Trinidad Day? Is that the group I saw picking up trash?
Yeah, they were
Okay.
also picking up trash
Okay.
as well. Oh, I'm sorry, no, that was actually DPW.
No, I saw some young people.
They were out there picking up trash.
And I saw, well, they look
Orange
like
shirts.
blue shirts.
Blue, yeah, that was either DPW or DPR.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, Friday or the 12th, you all will be asking them all the elevator issue around the time of the year.
Yes, a DCRA inspector will be out there. I'm not sure of the time, but I can can take your information, and, if you like to go. Okay. Are there any other questions or concerns? Thank you. No problem.
Alright, next up we have, Ms. Doherty from the Council of Resign.